Guys! So, this week has been interesting, to say the least. Today is actually Thursday, and I thought I would just kind of explain what has happened this week because I know there's not too much footage of really what happened, so I just wanted to kind of explain why. So, Monday, I wasn't feeling great still, and then I spent some time editing, and I was planning on posting the video either Monday night or Tuesday, and because of our internet issues we've been having, it just was not happening. So that's a whole story in itself. I don't know what's going on with our internet. According to our internet provider, everything's good. No one else seems to be, at least that I've seen by our local Facebook group. Normally when there's like an outage, people are always talking about it, and everyone else seems kind of okay. But we are having some major issues, and then we tested our router, like did all the network tests and everything on that looks fine too. So everything is saying it should be perfect, but we are having major issues. Literally, Eddie and I cannot both be on our computers at the same time, whether we're hardwired or not. All of our other devices, we are making sure like are off during that time that we like really need to use the internet, just in case it's like going that way. Towards those devices, I mean, and it's still not working. We also have a mesh network, which has always been great for us. And I was like looking at the different little hubs for them, and things aren't really connecting where we want them to, but I just kind of turned everything off to be like, all right, well, we'll fix that problem later, turn everything else off, disconnect it, and we'll just have our computers on it. And we're still having issues. Like, it's insane. So I haven't been able to stream. Just doing basic internet things is an issue. So I guess we're going to try to replace our router and see maybe there is actually an issue with it, even though it's telling us it's fine. Because when we run a speed test, it's like, you're good to go, perfect, do what you want. But then you try to do something and it's failing miserably. Like the second another device gets added on, immediately we have issues, which is so weird because we normally have more running, and now beyond one computer is an issue. So that was Monday. Tuesday, I hung out with one of my friends that I haven't seen in a little while. We went to the beach. We spent a good amount of time there, which was tons of fun. I do have some footage of that, I believe, so I will show that if I can. And then we also went shopping, so that was cool. I'm going to show you guys what I got. I have my little bag over there, so I'll get to that in just a minute. And then I went to go and post the video Tuesday. I was like, perfect, it's ready to go. Right? No, sorry. I was still having issues, so I didn't post it Tuesday because I was just so frustrated, and I was like, Wednesday's the day. So then come Wednesday morning, I don't know what hit me, if I just got like some 24-hour bug, but I was awful. Like, it was so bad. I woke up in the middle of the night feeling like crap. Eddie had to get me some meds. And then all day, like, I was dizzy, and I just felt like trash until later that evening. So once I finally felt good enough to not be laying in bed asleep, I went to go and post the video. So it was loading, and I knew it was going to take a while, so I just kind of left my computer on, left it charging. None of us needed the internet, so it was fine. We just had it up, running, and then when I stopped looking at my computer, it was at 19% for the upload. Come this morning, it was still at 19%. So now here we are, Thursday. The video that I wanted up Monday is literally still loading behind me. Like, we still have it trying. It's currently at 79%. It says an hour and 25 minutes left. I started this upload at, I want to say 7:30, and it's currently 12:34. And the last time I uploaded the video, it didn't take this long. This one is a little bit longer, but it's like not that much longer where it should be like days. So I'm not doing anything else. internet-wise and just letting it do its thing. I was using my phone to like watch other people, but I just used data instead of Wi-Fi. So I was watching some other people stream while sketching this morning, coming up with some more ideas, which I'm really proud of because I've been in quite a slump where I wasn't really able to think of my own ideas, where a lot of it, I go between liking to do like animal related things. So in that department, like I'm not creating an animal. It exists. I am creating it out of thread, essentially, but I'm not just making it out of nothing. And my own brain trying to think of ideas has been non-existent recently. It has been a rough slump. But the past few days, it's coming back. So I'm pretty happy about that. So I sketched some cute things. Yeah. So that's what has been going on. I believe you're all caught up now. Caught up. Jeez. Yes, I believe so. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that has happened. I don't believe so. But I can show you what I got. So we'll do a little mini haul. So we went to a few stores, but I only bought stuff from Home Goods and Michael's. So I have my little bag. I was surprised I didn't, I wasn't thinking of going shopping, so I forgot to bring my reusable bags. And I didn't expect them to give it to us because I'm in New Jersey and we've gotten rid of bags. Some places can still have paper bags, depending on the size of them. There's like these whole rules about it. But that's enough on that. So when we were at Home Goods, I'm just gonna take everything out. I should have took it out prior so you wouldn't have to hear the crinkles. But again, I'm still getting over not feeling great. So my brain, it's not working. Still not working. Ow. Alright. So, I've been recently wanting to try something. Hold on as I get this paper away. So I've been wanting to try something for my embroidery where I don't just put them in embroidery hoops. I was thinking of trying to put them in frames. So while we were there, I found some frames that were really pretty and they weren't too expensive just to test because I didn't want to go and buy really, really fancy, nice frames. Especially because I don't want to do anything crazy for the first few. I want to be able to keep the prices low and not overwhelm myself as well. So I keep saying and so. I apologize. But I bought 3. The friend that I was with has already claimed one of them. But I wanted to test different shapes and different sizes to see what I would do and how it would work to kind of embroider in to embroider and then put it into a frame versus putting it on a hoop. I've seen a few other people do it before and I've always loved it, so I decided, you know, let's try it. I also do want to try to go thrifting for some like vintage frames. That's really the goal of it. I would love to try to find really pretty vintage frames to do this with, but I wasn't able to go out to a thrift store or anything. And as I said, these weren't too expensive, so I'm like, all right, we'll test it. If it doesn't work, these will be ones that I can keep in the house. I like them, so it works. But I got a really tiny one, so it's really cute. I know the glare is pretty bad on it, but these are from Home Goods, so they're not a bad price or anything, and I like them. I thought this would be really cute. I'm not too sure what I'm going to make in it. I was thinking of doing a bee, but then like that would definitely be something that I would want to keep. So we'll see. But I just thought it would be cute because it's small enough to fit on my desk. But I don't know. Maybe I'll go back and if I find another one, I'll do one for myself. But that's frame 1. So it's a little hard to see because I'm in front of a window. Maybe if I get really close, you can see the details on the edges. I just think they're so pretty. But so that's the first frame that I picked up. The second one is like vintage inspired, I would say. I found a few vintage frames online that kind of look like this, so I thought this would be a cool little concept that I can try out. So like it has the cutest little details on the edges. But this one, I was really thinking how cute it would be to do a butterfly or something in it. But now I started sketching a few different designs, so I'm like, I don't know if I want to do one of those. But, oh well. This is the frame that I saw last. I think this was the one I saw last. And I had no idea what to do with it, except, you know, Halloween, although it's July, but I'm prepping for Halloween time. So I was like, it's kind of cool to do something spooky, and my friend is all about it, so she has already said she wants this one. So I have to figure out something to put in there that I know she would like. But how cool is this? It has all these little, like, crystals coming off the sides, and I love that. It's so cool. So this one won't be available. This one is one that she wants. So, but if I can find more of this one, I definitely will. I could also make my own too. Like just getting a frame and then attaching crystals on it. We got options. But yes, so that was my Home Goods run. Yes, Home Goods, had to look at the bag. And then after that, I went to Michael's, where I bought some more of the earring. Let me see if I can, let me just hold one. I think the 2 layers of plastic is what's killing it. Where I just love this shape. I love this shape so much. I've seen it where it's rounded instead, but I love this little dip in this area. And I just can't get over it. So I didn't have that many gold left, so I got some gold. So I got more gold of it. I have rose gold and silver, but I just love this shape so much. But I'm trying to see if I can find a different one elsewhere, because these are made out of, I believe it was brass when I looked it up on their website, and I would really like it to be stainless steel, but I haven't found anyone that's selling a very similar shape, because I really like that shape. And then so that was at Michael's, and then I also picked up these at Michael's. They're Anchor floss. So I got this nice green. So there's the color. So that was one of them. This is also another green that I got. So there's the other. I picked up a lot of greens because I've been wanting to do some more, oops, upside down, some more realistic. I was thinking of doing some like plants and even like strawberries or something like that. And I wanted the leaves to be really pretty greens. And I feel like the DMC greens that I have look very good for like when I did the birds. But I don't know. I really like how soft these look, or at least appear to look. So this is the other. I'm going to hold them all up at the end after. And then this one. So I thought these would be nice as like stems and leaves and stuff like that for like fruits and things. So here are all the greens that I picked up. Obsessed. They're so cute. I don't keep them on these spools. I prefer the actual DMC spools instead. I'm trying to figure out what else to do with these. I wish that this was actually a little bit thinner, because I would like to put my jewelry chain on here. I might give it a shot and see if it'll work, because like they're good. Because the actual spool themselves, like they're nice, but it doesn't work with the setup that I have for my floss, since I like to keep them by color in these containers. So like this doesn't work. So if I can put them on, like if I can put the jewelry chain on this, that could work. So I definitely want to give it a shot. See if it works by putting jewelry chain on it. And this way I give these spools a second life. This way I don't just have to throw them out. Like I would like to find a purpose for them, because it's a lot of plastic. Locally, they don't sell Anchor in the little, like the skeins like this. Because if they did, I would buy it this way. But by me, this is the only way that they sell them. I believe I can try to get them online, so I'm gonna have to look it up. But this was definitely they had them all in stock, and I really liked the colors, so I just picked them up. And then the last thing that I got from Michaels, they were on sale. They're these little, like, crystals. I actually haven't opened them yet. I don't know if they have holes in them or not. Because if they have holes, I can try to, at least the smaller ones, put them on jewelry. If not, I have a Dremel that I could probably try to drill a little hole into them. But I was thinking how cute it would be to put it on different embroidery pieces. Let me see if I can get this off. No? Maybe? I wish they gave you, like, I don't understand the point of having this large of a plastic piece. I just noticed that this whole thing is just like, here down is just foam. Like, you can see it here. It's just foam. Just make it small. Make it small. I mean, how am I even supposed to open this? Hello? Oh, so you have to use the label. It's kind of weird. Okay. I literally had to, like, slide the label off to get underneath to the lid. As you can tell, I've never bought one like this before. The last ones I bought already had holes in them, and they were on a string. But these were on clearance. And I thought, you know what, give it a shot. They're on clearance. At least if they don't turn out the way you like, it didn't hurt your wallet too much. They're really pretty. So I was either thinking to try to do embroidery with them or to use them as like little background for, I don't want to drop them, but they're really pretty. Ooh. For when I'm taking photography, for when I'm taking photos, photographing, these are really pretty. I'll give them that. They're very pretty. They're definitely all too big to be any type of jewelry. But, like, they're so pretty. It's so pretty. So, we'll see how that goes. I'm trying to see if there's another really cool looking one. I mean, they're all really cool. This one's giant. Look at how big this one is. They're so cool. But yeah. I want to try it sooner than later to come up with something with these, because if I really like it, I can go back and get more. Because since they were on such a large sale, I feel like they're probably getting rid of them. I mean, who knows? They might be just getting rid of this color and then getting new in. But I don't know. Ooh, look at that one. Do you see the little, like, divot that it has? It's a little hard to see, I feel like, on camera, but it's so pretty. Alright, well, those are the ones that I picked up. That was all that I bought while shopping. It was very good. I didn't overdo it. But I did place an order for something else. So we have another package to open. And you guys will probably be so proud that now I will be able to stop complaining. So I ordered something from Amazon. Let me grab my X-Acto knife. So if you guys watched my last vlog, you will know that I've had an issue. I just bought the camera that I'm using, and I've only had one battery for it, which is not good because it keeps dying on me. Like right now, I already see it where I'm like, oh, it's gonna die before I know it. So I decided to place an order. These aren't the Sony brand, but this is, it looks like the same company that I bought my last batteries for my last camera from, and they were great. So box in a box, nice. So hopefully this works. There's a reason why I bought this one. Ooh. Each battery has its own little sleeve. It's so tiny. Oh my goodness. So each battery comes in its own little case. That's pretty cool. I can put them in my bag and not have to worry about them. But just got these, and another reason why I wanted it was it comes with 4 of them. So that's super exciting. But the biggest reason was the case. So my camera charges with a micro USB, which is not ideal since micro USB is not really a huge thing anymore. So I intentionally bought this because it can charge with Type-C, and everything else I use is Type-C. It does offer you to use a micro USB, but it also has Type-C, and it came with, it looks like a Type-C charger. The other one I bought for my Canon did not. Oh no, this is micro. So now I have another micro cord. If I could opt to not have it shipped with that, I would have loved to, but whatever. And it can charge 2 batteries at a time, and it tells you which one. So this is technically a different brand, apparently, than the Canon one, but I'm trying to take it out. It is stuck. My scissors are in the way. But like they literally have the same like logo. It just doesn't have this brand on the top. Like it's different batteries, but the layout is identical. Like, come on, they're the same. Let's be real. Like, even the back, like it's just the logos added. Everything else is the same. So I know how much I like the one that I've been using for my Canon, so I like hunted through Amazon to find, I'll put that away afterwards, to find this guy. But we can enjoy this peel together. Oh no, fail. Nice. Yeah, so now I'll be able to have more batteries. So that was my exciting purchase. Oh, Moo, are you okay? He just knocked over my tripod and it landed right next to him. And he ran away. Ah, it's chaos. I forget what I was saying. I don't remember what I was saying now. I don't know. I think it was battery related, so I'll just go off of that. But I'm excited that I'll be able to have more batteries. I can bring my camera with me and not have to worry about it dying. So that's really exciting because I hated that. Oh, but I think I also forgot to say, the reason why I don't have much footage is when I was hanging out with my friend, I did not bring my camera. I should have. Bad on me. But all I was thinking about was we're going to the beach, taking as little as I need, because I just don't like to carry a lot when we go to the beach. And I should have brought my camera still. So I don't know how, I didn't actually look back yet to see how well the footage came out from my phone. So hopefully it's decent enough that I can share it with you guys, the little bit that I do have. But yeah, I will share with you the rest of this week, but just letting you know, up to this point, till Thursday, this is how it has been going. So now we shall move forward. There we have it. Finally, 100%. It's only 1:55 and I've been waiting since 7:30 in the morning. But we finally have it. How long it'll sit at 100%, who knows? Good morning. So today is Friday. Also, first things first, excuse the noise that is happening. There's some construction happening at the end of my road. And he's backing on up. All right. Nice. I'll be right back once he's done backing up on my road. Today, first things first, we have some plants to take care of. So that's what's gonna happen today. I got a lot of sad plants that I'm gonna repot. Forewarning, I know nothing about plants. I'm very new to the plant world. So I want to first say I'm sorry for any mess ups that I'm going to make. Please don't judge me. If you have constructive criticism, that is nice. I will take it. But I'm learning how to be a plant mom, okay? That's a hard skill. You don't always, you know, I don't know if my thumb is green or black yet. To be determined. But I have this little, it's not little, but I set up this cute little display of different succulents that was doing pretty well, and now it's starting to not do as well. So I think it's time for it to, I'm going to take out the old ones that are not surviving, put back the ones that are doing pretty good. I also have a lot of little ones that propagated. So I want to kind of make this their home where I can just kind of put tons of them down, and then as they grow, cool, don't have to worry about it too much. It's like humid outside where this is now compensating. But anywho, so I have that. I brought some of the tinier ones that propagated. I don't know if you can see. They're just kind of chilling. They were not propagating in here. I just had this container. Hello, FedEx. I just had this container, and it was just easier for me to bring them out to try to decide how I wanted to lay them. These were the biggest ones, so I wanted to set these up first. And then I have tons of tiny ones that'll sit there. I also have this succulent that clearly is way too big for this. It literally is just detached from itself in here, so needs a new home. The worst one is my money tree, which was doing really, really well, and then I forgot about it. So it was doing really bad, and then I started to bring it back to health, so that was exciting. But now I don't know what happened. Like, it's been a few days. I'm definitely a set it and forget it, and I look back at it and it's so sad. It has its leaves dying, and I'm like super upset about it because my dad bought me this, so I'm trying to keep it alive. And I really think it's the soil that it's in. Like, now the bark is starting to get all mushy, which I was looking it up, which could mean that the soil is like preventing it from really getting proper oxygen. So it's time for it to come out of this pot. I don't have a fancy pot that's large enough, but I do have like a nursery pot that's this really pretty purple with a lot of drainage, and this plant definitely needs it, so I'm gonna put it in there, because honestly the purple is cute in itself, that I'm fine with that. And also I would love for this tree to actually grow to be like the tall, I think they can get to like 3-4 feet tall, and that's the goal for this plant, and it's not going to happen while it's in here. So it definitely needs to come out. And I was thinking I could reuse this pot for some of the cactuses that are in the other one, because I don't want to keep the cactus in there. I would much rather give it its own pot and just leave that for succulents. But I also have this pot, and I don't know what I'm going to do with this one yet. I'm debating if I want to put the cactus in here or the succulents in here. I'm not too sure yet. So, yeah, I'm just gonna try my best. Hopefully they all survive. I mean, they've survived this long, so hopefully they stay surviving. Who knows? So I decided to do a voiceover for this part since the construction was getting pretty loud and there was a lot of bugs. But the first plant that I ended up doing was the money tree, which again, I was saying how important it was for me to try to fix this one because my parents got it for me when we moved into our house. And I really don't know what happened. It was really dry. I saved it and then I watered it because of like how dry it was, not realizing that the pot didn't have a drainage hole. So essentially it was a fancy looking pot with a nursery pot inside of it that you couldn't see. They piled the dirt so high that I couldn't tell that it was a nursery pot inside. So it was just awful. Like, this poor thing was drowning. And that's what I was just showing, where the pot did not have a hole in the bottom of it versus the white one that's on the table. Like, that actually has a hole in the bottom of the ceramic pot portion that drains into that little built-in, I don't know what you call it, but you can actually see the bottom of the white container is actually like dirty from it being drained, versus this pot had no drainage. It just looked like it and just had a nursery pot. So I'm not going to let this pot go to waste. It's just now I know and I can better handle whatever plant I put in there in the future. So my plan for that is actually to put the cactus that's currently in that white pot in there. So this way now I know when when it comes time to water it, I will just take the nursery pot out of that actual pot, now knowing that it's not a true drainage hole. And then there's actually a butterfly in my little garden that I just started outside. And that butterfly is actually what I started sketching as my next embroidery piece. So I'm really excited to show you guys that later. But back to planting. So now here I am taking out the cactus, which these ones don't aren't that prickly. So I was able to do it with my hands, but you'll see me in a minute use that coffee filter to grab a different one that it's just like these little micro, little fuzzy looking cactus. I don't even know what it's called, but I thought it was really cute when I bought it. And now it just keeps growing little nubs instead of one large one. So I don't really know what to do with it. So I put it in a different pot, but I didn't capture that on camera. My camera overheated a few times. It was really hot outside. So that's why they're kind of little snippets of me since, as I said, my camera kept overheating. So the next one that I'm going to be working on is really just this white pot. And you'll see right now I'm trying to take out the other cactus that I was talking about. I don't really know what's going on with it, to be honest. I don't know what to do with it. So well, we'll figure that out later. I don't know. It used to look really cute when I first got it, and it's not as cute as it once was. And then I'm just picking out any of the older succulents that were kind of dying off, all of the like extra little pieces in there. And I'm trying to decide what to do. I think I'm going to put that bigger succulent in there, which I do end up doing later. But back to these little guys. I intend on putting some of the other succulents that I have propagating that are ready to be put in a pot. I have some other ones that aren't ready yet, but I left room so this way when they are, I can just kind of put them in there. And I just took everything out so I can reorganize it in there, but you will see that I do have a succulent that is stretched. I know that I should behead it and replant it and all that, but I just wasn't ready to do it yet. So it does go back in there because it's not stretched too much, and I also didn't want the pot to just look so empty, since the other new propagated succulents are still very small. So yeah, just kind of decided to do that. All right, and for the last succulent that I have, it was literally popping out of the pot that I had it in, and I thought it was really funny. I laid it down in that tiny one, and it fit. Well, it didn't fit, but it looked really cute, but I don't know. It just made me laugh a lot, not gonna lie. So this one's really simple since it is so wide, it literally just needed a new pot that it can just sit in, and that was really all I did for this guy. It didn't need any help. It was doing good. Just needed a new pot. And for the next day, Eddie and I actually went out for some breakfast at the local restaurant that we adore. We had some nice matcha and just enjoyed our morning together, our nice Saturday morning with some yummy food. And then we went shopping after.
So we're at Home Depot. We're actually going to pick up a tent, but they had nice sheds, and we want that one. But yeah, gardening. All right, so just a little check-in on how our peacock butterfly is turning out. I hope the light's not too bright. Normally I like to do it with sunlight, but it is dark out. And sorry, I was just looking at my clock, and it's almost midnight, so we are using my softbox. But yeah, I think it's looking so good. Look at this little tiny, sorry if I can get my arms to not move as much. Look at those little tiny stitches. Oh, I love it. I love how it's coming out. Oh, and also we have a little moo under my desk who's falling asleep. I have like a pillow down here because I'm really short, so when my chair is so high I can't reach the floor, so I have a pillow that I like to put my feet on, and Moo takes that as in I now must lie on your feet. and fall asleep. So that's what he was doing. So woke him up, but oh well. He'll go back to sleep. But anyway, that is it for tonight. I am definitely gonna call it and go get some sleep.
Alright, so today is Sunday, and yesterday was actually a pretty full day for us. We thought it was going to be like a quick small day, but it turned into a long adventure and it was tons of fun, so no complaints. So how yesterday went, we decided that it was time to finally get a tent. We've been wanting to get a tent, and there's been a few that I was looking at that were a little out of my budget at this time, because in the beginning I wasn't too sure if I really wanted to do like markets, but it is really worth it and it is tons of fun. So I was like, okay, you know what? I need a tent. It's out of my budget for the one I want, but I went online, started looking at places locally that would have like pop-up tents that I could use, and I found Home Depot has one. And I was asked to go back to the same place that I did my last market, and there's going to be a lot more vendors this time, so the placement, I'm wondering where we are going to be. I'm wondering if we're actually like in the parking lot, which is fine. I have no issue with that. But it's also later at night than the other event. So I was like, you know what? I might just need a tent. It's better to have one, even if it's not a super great one. You know, my biggest thing was I made sure that it could handle some light rain and that I'm not just exposed to the sun the whole day. So we went to Home Depot and we found a tent. I have not opened it yet. That is what Eddie and I are going to do today. We're going to go set it up, and well, I really want to try to do it myself because this event, Eddie's actually still working. So I'm going to be by myself for the first time. He's going to show up later, but for setup, he's not going to be there. And this is going to be my first time actually setting up by myself. So I want to try to practice opening the tent by myself. So we went to Home Depot, found, I can't remember, I think it's like Everbait, I think is the tent. It's a 10 by 10 tent. Again, it had good reviews, so yeah, we spent some time at Home Depot. Eddie and I are also really interested in getting a shed. The shed that we have here is like half of my height, and I'm only like 5 feet tall, so it's a very small little, like, and it's pretty run down. So we were also kind of looking around at sheds too. So I have a little recording of us looking at sheds, but we got the tent. Unfortunately, their website said that they had the tent weights and they didn't. So I kept looking what other places would have it local to us, and it said that Dick's Sporting Goods would show up there. They don't have it. So that was already like almost an hour away from our house, which is closer to where my parents are. So we ended up just kind of staying in the area. We ran to Best Buy because Eddie needed a keyboard, which we used to work there. So there was some people that still are there when we were working there. There's a lot of new people that I don't know, but there was a few old faces. So we kind of hung out there for a little bit chatting. So that was a lot of fun. And then afterwards we did a little surprise visit to my parents. And then they were watching a movie. They were almost done watching the movie. And when we showed up, and my dad was like, I want you to see the beginning. So I was like, okay, like, let's watch the beginning. And then we just never stopped. And we watched the whole movie that was like 2 hours long, that was a lot of fun. It was a really good movie. It was called 6 Underground, I believe. If I'll look it up, and if I'm wrong, I'll like put it in the edit, the correct movie. But I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It had Ryan Reynolds, so like it's gonna be a good movie. And then we were there for a while, and by the time we came home, Eddie and I both like wanted to still do some things. So Eddie ended up like relaxing and doing what Eddie does. And then I was like, you know what? I really want to embroider more today. Well, yesterday. And I stayed up till midnight embroidering more of the butterfly. So I took a clip of it, so you'll see that in a minute. But I'm like super excited with how it's coming out, and it looks so good. I'm looking at it right now. I haven't started today yet, but it looks really good, and I am so excited for it. But yeah, that's how yesterday went. So we'll just wait and see what happens today. But I really want to go try to set up that tent. So that's probably going to be one of the first things I do. And then I also have another design idea that is because of me recording. So I love lilies. They're like my favorite flower ever, which is why we planted some. And that's the one that the butterfly flew to. So I was thinking of doing a sketch of like the same lilies that I have. I would use the same coloring and all that. And that same type of butterfly. So I know I have pictures of the lilies. I found a photo of the same butterfly that's in like the perfect angle for me to reference. So I think I'm also going to try to do that today. I'm not going to embroider it today, of course, like I'm still working on this, but I think I want to just do the sketch of it. So, because it's been in my head and I need to get it out of my head. But that's probably another thing that we're going to do today. And I'm not too sure what else is planned, but 2 things: set up a tent, sketch some stuff. 3 things, and embroider some more. Well, after that clip, Eddie and I actually went out for a little bit, and we got stuck in like 2 hours of traffic. So luckily I brought my iPad where I was able to work on the sketch, so I just wanted to let you guys see it and thank you all for joining me this week. And I cannot wait to hang out with all of you guys next week. So, see you then.